Hello, lovely people. It is a joy once again to bring to you biblical reflections, and thank you for your continuous support. We really appreciate that. We have been looking at God exercising judgment on this earth, and I just want to remind you once again that the execution or exercising of that judgment is in twofold. One, negative. When it is negative, God punishes or there is destruction. And when it is positive, God justifies, He delivers, He saves, He vindicates, and He also protects. And that is what you should take note of, that the earth on which you live, there is a God that watches everything, that sees everything, that hears everything. And from time to time, He executes judgment. And we want to look at two other examples today, like we have been doing for the past 3 episodes. Other scenarios where God executed judgment. The first one is found in Genesis chapter 12, verse 10 to 20. This was a case where the Bible said that there was a famine in the land that Abraham was dwelling in. And so, together with his wife, they decided that they were going to Egypt to survive. But before they entered Egypt, Abraham told Sarah, he said, "Listen, you are a very beautiful woman. This land we are going to, once they know that I am your husband, they are going to kill me. So when we go into the land, just say that you are my sister. Finish, so that both of us can be alive and enjoy our lives." And truly, when they got into the land, the Bible said that when the princes of the land, Egypt, they saw Sarah, she was very beautiful. And they even recommended Sarah to Pharaoh, the king. And because of that, the Bible said Abraham enjoyed a lot of goodies. Pharaoh treated Abraham very well, gave him cattle and gave him oxen, and made sure that Abraham was very comfortable. But you see, something interesting happened. In the verse 17 of Genesis chapter 12, the Bible said, "But the Lord plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abraham's wife. And Pharaoh called Abraham and said, 'What is this you have done to me? Why did you not tell me that she was your wife? Why did you say, she is my sister? I might have taken her as my wife. Now therefore, here is your wife. Take her and go your way.' And so in haste, Pharaoh had to allow Abraham and Sarai, his wife, to leave the land. Now, why did God intervene? Because someone will say, but Abraham lied. Why did God have to intervene? God had to intervene because, first of all, Pharaoh was going to sleep with somebody's wife. And that wife that Pharaoh was going to sleep with was a wife of a covenant. A wife that God had a covenant with Abraham, that he was going to bless them with a son. And so there was no way God was going to allow that covenant to be tampered with. And so God came down, executed judgment on behalf of Abraham, and delivered Sarai from the hand of Pharaoh. It does not in any way imply that we should go about telling lies. No. But the point I am trying to make is that in this case, God decided that for his own interest, for his own good, and for the covenant that he's had with Abraham, he was not going to allow Sarah to be tampered with. And that is what God did. Because there are so many other examples in the Bible when people lied, and God made sure that they got punished for the lies that they told. So I'm not encouraging telling of lies. Another example that we want to look at, which is very interesting, is in 1 Samuel chapter 24, verse 12. This was a case of David having to come up against King Saul. Saul had hated David right from the time he killed Goliath, through no fault of David, because the women were singing that Saul had killed only 1,000 or his thousands, and David had slain his tens of thousands, and that angered Saul, and he has been looking for opportunity to kill David. And on 3 different occasions he had tried to kill David but did not succeed, and he has been pursuing David. He has been pursuing David for years and for years and for years. And David had had the opportunity on 2 different occasions to take revenge on Saul, but David didn't do that. David committed the case into the hands of the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, and the Judge of all the earth. And so David, in 1 Samuel chapter 24, verse 12, he said to Saul, "Let the Lord judge between you and me, and let the Lord avenge me on you, but my hand shall not be against you." David said, "Let the Lord judge. You have sought to kill to take my life for no reason. I have had opportunity on 2 different occasions to take your life, but I said I was not going to do that because I believe that you are still the anointed of God, and I would rather God himself execute judgment in this matter." And so David committed the case to the hand of God to deal with. And he repeated the same thing in the verse 15. He said, "Therefore, let the Lord be judge, and judge between you and me, and see, and plead my case, and deliver me out of your hand." And so David realized that this matter is not a matter for him to deal with. This case is a case beyond his ability. And so he sought the intervention of the Judge of all the earth. And he said, "Let God deal with this matter." And Saul's end was so bad. He died in battle. In fact, he was wounded so badly that he even sought his servant to kill him, but his servant refused to kill him. And Saul himself fell on his own sword and he died. So we can basically say that Saul committed suicide because somebody in the name of David had committed the matter into the hand of God to deal with. See, there are so many things on this earth. There are so many times that people offend you, that people hurt you, that people say abusive things about you. You will hear things that even friends you have trusted with secret, you will hear them blowing it out of proportion and selling you out. You have people snitching on you. But I want to give you one assurance, that if you can trust God, if you can believe God, if you can commit the matter into the hands of God, you will see the handiwork of God in your life. You will see the execution of true and proper judgment in your life or on your behalf, like David did. And I want to leave you with this, like David did. Listen, when people hurt you, when people gossip about you, when people cheat you, there are times, yes, you may have to say certain things in your defense, but ultimately, I want to encourage you to seek justice from the God of heaven. Seek justice from the King of Kings. Seek justice from the Judge of all the earth. Because when God judges and he needs to justify you, he needs to deliver you, I tell you, whoever is guilty will certainly receive punishment from God. So I want to encourage you, like the Bible said, don't seek vengeance, because God said, "Vengeance is mine." And he said, "I will recompense, says the Lord." He said, when your enemy is hungry, give him food. When he's thirsty, give him water. In so doing, the Bible said that you are heaping coals of fire on his head. So I just want to encourage you to know that God is very much aware of happenings, and he will execute judgment on your behalf. And that is my prayer for you, that God will always execute judgment on your behalf, He will deliver you. He will justify you. He will save you. And He will make sure that you are protected from harm. You are protected from evil. You are protected from the plots and shenanigans of wicked men and women. God bless you for watching. Catch you once again on the next episode. Bye-bye.